Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about how to have more energy and how to get more done as a result. Welcome back, I'm Pasha. I'm an actor based in the UK, in Scotland actually. On this channel I'm just sharing my experiences and exploring tools that can help us to live more relaxed, productive lives. How to have more energy throughout the day and how to accomplish more as a result. I've struggled with my energy over the years and I wasn't consistent what I ate, and I always wondered why some days I'd have so much energy and other days I was more sluggish and lethargic and just felt quite sort of distant and quite tired a lot of the time and not wanting to work and things. The reasons for this were I was neglecting my sleep. I had pretty bad quality sleep. Some days it would be 10 hours, other days it would be 6 hours. That's not ideal. I was eating at random times as well and not drinking enough fluids, water, tea throughout the day. So for example, for breakfast, I worked as a waiter for many years and I used to have a big bowl of granola with yogurt and milk, and some days this would keep me going until like 4 or 5 p.m. and other days I was ravenous at like 12 or 1 o'clock just after I'd started my shift. So I wondered what the reason for that could be. I didn't track my calories at the time. My portions were a different size every day, so sometimes I'd have this mountainous bowl of granola, other days I'd have this tiny little amount, so with more yogurt and milk. And that was just one example of how my energy sort of fluctuated wildly at different times throughout the day. I just couldn't get my head around what is going on, why some days have more energy and other days nothing. It was basically the portion sizes. I could have been having maybe 1200 calories at once, and other days I might only have 400 calories as a meal in the morning, say around 9 or 10 a.m. I didn't track my calories, portion sizes were different every day. So at night, I would also stay up quite late on my phone, social media, reading articles, watching a film or Netflix or something. Kept me up very late. What you would call doom scrolling, I guess, just wasting time, scrolling Twitter and Instagram. I was looking for ways to improve that and improve it immediately. So here's some ways to improve that. Number one would be just getting a better quality of sleep. Just trying to achieve a more consistent time of going to bed and having a similar routine for most nights. Get that 8 hours sleep in or whatever you need, and try not to use an alarm. So if you're trying to be up, if you start work at 9 a.m, maybe you put an alarm on for 7. Try to get to bed at like 10 so that maybe you can just wake up naturally like 6:30 or 7 a.m. So that's something that I did, and slowly over time my sleep just kept getting earlier and earlier and earlier. It's still something I struggled with recently actually as well, but I'll get onto that in a moment. And another point is moving more and working out, even just a brisk walk in the middle of the day, cardio in your morning workout, or at night, even if you need to, star jumps, push-ups, squats, basic things that you can do at home without having to go to the gym, just to get your heart rate up, to get you more tired before you go to bed. Even just 15-20 minutes of that, or a 30-minute walk after work, or even in the middle of the day at lunchtime, whatever, just to get those energy levels up. You can just function better throughout the day. And drink more water throughout the day as well, of course. Aim for 8 to 10 glasses a day, 2 to 3 litres of water. Obviously many benefits to that, but one of them being just gives you more energy throughout the day. I would also find in the afternoon, 3-4 p.m, like why I'm feeling so tired, probably hadn't had enough to drink, maybe just a couple of glasses of water to that point. An extra 3 or 4 glasses by sort of 3-4-5 p.m will definitely give a lot more energy and keep you feeling more full and less likely to overeat as a result. Don't be afraid of coffee or a coffee nap, even at 3 or 4 p.m. I've also done another video recently that was about the power of the coffee nap and how that can actually help you to sustain your energy levels and be productive into the evening. Here somewhere, I'll put the link to it, alright, a wee card there telling you to go to the coffee power nap. That'll explain it fully in detail. There's a big point for me, and something I've started fairly recently, is putting my phone down at night where it's completely out of reach. The blue light from being on our phones or laptop, iPad keeps us awake at night. It kind of tricks your eyes into thinking that it's sunny outside or it's like natural daylight. It obviously keeps you awake. My sleep has improved so much since I started doing this. Like, I just put my phone away on, like, actually not even close to my bed, not even on the bedside table. I've actually left it downstairs in my flat, so I can't even touch it, because if it's even a few feet away where I can jump out of bed quickly and grab it, I will. So I wanted to stop that temptation completely. I would wake up every morning just feeling really groggy, pretty low mood, not very energetic, and it's because I was on my phone late until an hour at night, or I might fall asleep for an hour and wake up and then go on my phone for another 30-40 minutes. And of course, when your sleep's broken like that, A, you're going to wake up feeling less energetic and not as well rested, and B, you're going to feel, well, you've not had continuous sleep, you've had broken sleep. So if you can get as much continuous sleep as you can, the better you're going to feel the next day. And I hadn't been for a while, and that's something in the last few years I've not been great at, and only fairly recently it started to improve, and I just feel such a difference. I've actually started reading more at night, just for 20 or 30 minutes, and setting a timer for 20 or 30 minutes. So that goes into the next point. So just read a book instead of looking at screens in bed. It'll make you sleepier as a result, and you'll end up falling asleep quicker. So that's been really helpful and helped me to read more. In the last month or so, I've managed to read 2 or 3 more books as a result. So that's been good for me. I've had a goal of trying to read more. I've got a lot of books that I haven't read, so I'm trying to get through them. There's a big backlog and this has been really beneficial as a result. In the mornings I've actually felt much better, less tired around the eyes, less baggy or dark circles around the eyes. I try not to, even when I wake up in the morning, don't go on the phone for about half an hour at least, or maybe an hour. Crack on with the day. I grab a coffee and water and stuff, and shower and everything. Journal before even looking at the screen. It starts the day on a sort of calm, balanced way. It's a big one for me, reading a book instead of looking at your phone. Really beneficial, and you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone, because you're getting better sleep, you'll be falling asleep quicker instead of being on your phone, and you're getting more books read. Also, I'm trying to include more veg with my meals, so ideally I'm aiming for more vegetables with every meal. I feel less sluggish, less lethargic. Sometimes I feel more bloated if I have too much bread or dairy products. I'm a bit allergic to dairy, so like for the most part I stay away from dairy. Yogurt and things I can manage, but certainly for me, I mean, that depends on you individually, what your tolerances are in terms of diet. But for me, yeah, ideally just trying to get more veg in, because I find I have more energy throughout the day. The more veg I have, I'm trying to aim for 2 meals a day with, so I ideally lunch and dinner, or even a snack in the middle of the day. Also, another thing I've been doing is intermittent fasting, and I think that's really beneficial in having more energy. There's a lot of intermittent fasting videos out there, so I'm not going to go into it too deeply. Intermittent fasting, I follow the 16-8 protocol, and that is basically 16 hours you don't eat at all, and for 8 you've got like an 8-hour window where you eat most of your food within that window, so, or all of your food within that window. So for example, if I stop eating at 7 o'clock, or let's just say 8 p.m. So if I stop eating at 8 p.m. Obviously at night, then I won't eat anything until the next day, until midday. So that's been 16 hours, including 7 or 8 hours for sleeping, and another 6 or 8 hours where you're not eating as well outside of that. So my last meal at 8 o'clock, for example, and then I'm maybe going to bed at 10 p.m. or 10:30, waking up at the next day around 7 a.m, 7:30, and then I won't eat till 12 p.m. What that does is I really feel much better doing that instead of having breakfast. I don't feel hungry now. I think at first to adjust to it can be tricky, but I try and have the bulk of my food within that 8-hour window. I don't always manage it. Sometimes it can be a 9 or 10-hour window. It doesn't really matter. I'm not too strict about it. Fasting, and when you wake up, don't eat for maybe 2, 3, 4 hours. Have coffee, water and things. I find it gives me definitely a lot more energy, more sustained throughout the day. So it's not overeating either in that window, it's just having the same amount of calories. Intermittent fasting, yeah, brilliant for energy, absolutely brilliant. And I think I enjoy my meals more. I tend to have a bit bigger meal at night. If I've not had too much throughout the day, if I've maybe only had 800 or 900, 1,000 calories up till dinner time, 7, 8 p.m, allows me to have a bigger meal and maybe a little treat, a little dessert or something as well. Not going over my maintenance or my cutting calories. Last point here, I would say track what you eat. Use MyFitnessPal, it's brilliant. You can track your calories. It's a good way of keeping a food diary. You can actually see, find it's a lot easier just doing it in the app. I actually started about 2 years ago, I think, of actually just tracking everything. Even if you do that for 2 or 3 months, I think what you'll find is it gives you a base understanding of what you're putting into your body. Like you can kind of look at a plate now, and like I can look at a plate now. If you're in a kind of food matrix, you can just look at a plate and tell exactly what numbers, like a bit of chicken, maybe some mashed potatoes, some veg are. You can say, well, that's 400 calories there, that's so much protein, 30 grams there. Certainly Tracking on MyFitnessPal allows you to see how much you're eating. So obviously if you're overeating, you might tend to feel more sluggish and your energy levels are dipping throughout the day. But when you're eating the right amount, if you're trying to maintain your weight, or if you're trying to lose weight or pack on some mass, to be more consistent. For me at the moment, I'm kind of fighting at the moment at 2300 calories every day, and I'm trying to hit around sort of 140, 150 grams of protein, and then the rest is just carbs and fat. So for me, that's been a big one, and I found my energy being a lot better once I started tracking. And actually a lot of the time now I don't even write down in the app what I'm eating or track it. I just can kind of know that for breakfast I've had 600 or 700, lunch I've had another 500-600, and dinner I've got another 1,000. So as long as you stay active and you're not overeating, then you're not going to feel sluggish. Getting to see what you're eating on a daily basis and tracking what you're doing, it really helps to maintain your energy. If you like this video, please check out some of my other videos here. Thanks for watching. See you later.